In this lecture, we will use for the first time an interface in a project. First, do a new project and call it, for instance, my first interface. Do two packages. The first one will be called interfaces and the second one model. By the way, you can copy from my first object project. In IntelliJ, it is pretty easy to do it. All you have to do is to select the classes you want to copy and just do right click, copy, or Control C and right click on model and Control V of your new project, or right click and paste. In my case, as I already did it, it is offering me, prompting me to override for all. I don't need to do it, but you should be good to go only doing right click and paste. So let's jump into it. You are going to do your first interface, right click on interfaces package, hit new, Java class, and respect the naming convention like classes. The first letter will be a capitalized letter. So write flyable and then choose interface. The keyword, as you can see, is interface. So public interface flyable. An interface is abstract and cannot be instantiated. All right? Everything that is abstract cannot be instantiated, and an interface is abstract. All the methods inside an interface are abstract also. So the way we are going to write our method is this way: public, void, fly, and the parameter. We could not write this and it will still work, because by default methods in interfaces are public and abstract anyway. So as you can see, I'm writing what we call a contract or a signature only, not the body of my method. I'm giving it a name and a parameter if I want. In this case, I added one parameter and I choose to say this method will return nothing, so void. The way we are going to implement it, so let's do it in Airplane first. We are going to add at the end of this line implements and the name of our interface. Immediately when I'm doing this, IntelliJ is asking me to indeed implement the methods that are inside my interface. Look, class Airplane must be either be declared abstract or implement abstract method fly, and it's giving me the signature fly with an int on parameter in flyable. So you can hit implement method and it will provide you immediately this line without the body, of course. You will have an override telling you that you are describing, you are giving a body to your method. You are telling what this method will do. Because as you can see, for now, this method does absolutely nothing because it has no body. Okay? Now we got to describe what is going to happen inside this method. So we are having the override keyword notation. So by the way, I believe since Java 11, we don't need to write it anymore because the compiler understands this method is from our interface. As you can see, specified by fly in interface flyable. Anyway, this is a good way to go. This is a good thing to keep override, because this way you know immediately you are implementing a method from an interface anyway. So I'm just doing an output, a funny output, saying I can fly at plus the speed I will give into the parameter of my method. So we did an airplane, we did an interface, we implemented an airplane flyable, and by the way, airplane extend vehicle. So we are good to go, and we can do an instance of an airplane. And we are going to use the method we just implemented, so fly. IntelliJ is telling me I got to provide an int. And here we go. I can use it, right? If I'm running my program, I will have an output saying I can fly at 50. All right. So this is a way to implement an interface. You got to first do your interface, do your method body, contract, signature without, the block of code. And then you're going to implement it, implements. So airplane, vehicle, implements, flyable. With this keyword, we are telling we want to implement flyable into airplane. All right. As soon as you're going to write this, IntelliJ will ask you to override, to implement the method you wrote inside your interface, and will provide you this piece of code. So it will give you the method, but you will have to indeed make your method do something real, because for now it was only a signature. I did it with the car also. And as I told you, we can do a funny thing, is to make our motorcycle to be able to fly. Why not? So I'm going to do implements, flyable also. I will be prompted to implement method. I already did it for the purpose of this video, so I have to remove the comments. And in this case, as you can see, my method will have exactly the same name, but it is slightly going to do something slightly different. It will say turbojet started up, and I'm flying at a speed plus kilometer per hour, and I am black. So let's instantiate an object of motorcycle. And let's use the fly method. Let's see what's going on. As you can see, I'm having an output saying turbo jet startup. I'm flying at 50 kilometers per hour, and I am black. So this is a really important point to discuss. In both cases, I used the same method name, but the two are not doing exactly the same thing. This is exactly why interfaces were created. We want a global, I would say, behavior, but you can customize the code in each case. Okay, so the purpose of an interface is to say, okay, I want my classes to be able to fly, but in each case, you can choose the way it does it for real. Okay? So that's pretty much it for this, this lecture. I hope you understood what we did. So as usual, do it on your own, practice, do your class, do your interface, implement inside your class, implement your interface, try, why not, to do multiple implementation, play with it, and I will catch you in the next lecture.